It is week 3! Somehow, some way. I don't even understand how it's week 3. It is crazy how fast this month is flying by. If you guys didn't know, this is the 3rd week of Old School April, the readathon, watchathon, activity-a-thon that I have been hosting along with a whole bunch of my friends. All my friends and co-hosts are linked below. Please check them out and subscribe to their wonderful channels. I will be replacing my posters later and changing out my room a little bit, like kind of like a mid-month switch around, whatevs. I am reading things. I started like many different books last night. I could not figure out what I felt like doing or reading. So let me tell you what I started. I started randomly Magic, Movies, and Murder by Emily Fluke. Didn't read much of that. I wasn't feeling it. It was a cute little paranormal, cozy mystery type of thing set back in the day. This werewolf or half werewolf woman owns a rental store, kind of like Blockbuster, so started that, but didn't get very far. I also started Skin by Kathy Koja, which is my co-host and friend Amy's book club book for the month of April. Her book club is the Dark Hearts Book Club. It is a very dense book in that it's heavy, and it's all about these two women who are different kinds of artists. One's a dancer, the other one's like a metal sculptor. They kind of get together and feed off of each other, and they're starting to make this show, this dance show or performance show, where they use the metal sculpting and like they get hurt and burned, and I think it's gonna go kind of crazy. I'm just guessing because it's already kind of going crazy in that, you know, one of the performer ladies is cutting herself or had herself cut on stage and all this other stuff. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to get tense. I did read about 30% of that, but then I started Dead Flip by Sarah Farazan, and I am loving it. I can't see a world in which this will be less than a 4-star. It's definitely a coming-of-age story. These 3 friends, they are growing up, struggling with their identities, you know, normal coming-of-age stuff. But one of them gets affected by this mysterious pinball machine. And that's all I know so far. About 50% into that. Hoping to finish it tonight. I am liking this one more than the other coming-of-age book that I just read last week in my other vlog, which I'll link below if you missed. It was called The Cursed Among Us. That was okay. I gave it a 4, but I was definitely not vibing with the characters as much as I am with Dead Flip. I just think they're more relatable. They're more fleshed out in terms of just the character development. It's way deeper. I'm also reading a physical book right now as well. I'm reading Sabbath of the Fox Devils. I'm about 50 pages or 60 pages into that, and I'm doing a little bit of everything. What else? Did I start anything else and stop? I don't know. Oh yeah, I also started This Time Tomorrow by Emma Straub. I have that audio from the library. I just didn't get very far into it. It was more of a serious type of story, and I just wasn't enraptured with it, so might come back to it, but for right now I'm sticking with Dead Flip and Sabbath of the Fox Devils. Those are my 2 ongoing reads, and I will pick up Skin on and off as the rest of the month goes, so we'll see if I'll finish Skin in this vlog or a future vlog. But those are the things I'm reading right now. In terms of things that I'm doing, I don't know what I'm going to get up to yet. I'd like to start a puzzle maybe. Like I said, redo the posters in my room, switch them out is what I mean. Not redo them, whatever. And, I have some other plans. We'll see what I get up to. I would love to color as well. Who knows? And continue on with my Lisa Frank themed diamond painting. So, let's see what this 3rd week has in store as we go through it together. Here's a stack of books. Look at them close and pick 2 books you think I should read. And tell us.
I can't look close because I don't have glasses on.
Well, whatever, I'll get your glasses.
This one and...
No, actually give it some thought. Look at all of them first. I knew you wouldn't give any thought. Come on.
I don't understand.
Here's your glasses.
Why it needs to have any thought.
Just freaking look at it, man. This is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to pick out my read. Really give it some thought here. And then I need your reasonings to the camera. Please. You look so unamused.
I guess the road to nowhere and the hockey one.
Is that because that's just what you ended up on?
No.
Tell me the reasons then.
Because the one's with the hockey team.
Well, I know that one.
And I kind of like that cover.
Alright, cool. I guess I'll read those.
Okay.
Of course, you picked one of the long ones. That's fine, though. Thanks for helping me pick my reads.
My pleasure.
been quite a few days. I think I checked in on Tuesday no, I think it was Tuesday, not Wednesday. Tuesday, but it is Friday. Woo! It is Friday. It has been a great week so far. I finished quite a few things. Last time I checked in, I told you I was reading Sabbath of the Fox Devils. Loved, loved, loved. Essentially, this poor little boy is living in a very religious household. His brother got kicked out of the house, his older brother, and he's left alone with his parents who are, like, essentially religious zealots. They don't let him watch cartoons because, satanic panic. And so that plays a large part of the story. So the kid, he sees this cartoon when he sneaks one day when he's alone and watches TV, and the cartoon shows this gang. It's almost like a Scooby-Doo gang, but instead of hippies, it's like rockers, and they have this thing where they go around and try to hunt down monsters, and in this one, they hunt down these fox devils. They accidentally conjure them by reading from a book. The kid decides he wants to go try to find the book and maybe conjure up these fox devils so that he can completely change his life and live a more free life from his parents restricting him, essentially. That was a 4.5 star. Loved it. So good. So good. It lived up to my expectations. Very close to being perfect, but there was a few typos in the book, so I was like, I guess I'll give it a 4.5, but it felt kind of like a 5, honestly. I was thinking about it long afterwards because I think it was a very potent story. I also finished the coming-of-age book I told you I was reading, Dead Flip. That was also so good. 4.5 stars. I kind of told you the premise already. I don't want to say too much about it. I think it's better to go in blind, and I think you'd like it if you like coming of age. It's not super horror heavy. It is a YA book, but I really loved it. I gave it a 4.5 star. Then I quickly listened to The Beast from the East. It's a Goosebumps book. It's April, our co-host. She's over on Instagram at Apple and Alchemy. It's one of her host recs. I enjoyed it. All Goosebumps are fun and easy, but this one's not really my favorite Goosebumps. We got these kids with their parents traveling, and they're in the woods currently hiking, trying to have a good time. Kids get lost. They encounter these creatures. Stuff ensues. I didn't absolutely love it, but it was okay. All right. Then, I believe you guys saw, because I took a clip of it, Paul picked out 2 books for me to read. I have not read this one yet. I haven't even started this one. But the other one he picked out, I started and finished since I filmed him picking out the books, and that is Road to Nowhere by Christopher Pike. I'm kind of glad I got to this. I've been meaning to get to this for like a year. I really liked it a lot. It's been a while since I liked a Christopher Pike, because I didn't like Witch that much, and I kind of liked Whisper of Death, but I liked this one a lot more. This was a 4-star, very entertaining, lots of emotion. Essentially, this girl is running away from home. She picks up 2 hitchhikers, a guy and a girl, and they tell stories back and forth, and mysterious things happen and develop, throughout the evening that they are spending together driving, maybe on the road to nowhere, who knows where. You'll have to read it to find out. Next up, I started the 86 Fix. I think I'm about 25% in. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue this. This guy, we're just getting a recap of his life. He's in his 40s, I think, or about to turn 40. He's unhappy in his marriage. They couldn't have kids. He's at a dead-end job, and he's like, where did my life go wrong? So I think time travel is eventually going to happen, but it hasn't happened yet. We're just kind of getting a recap of his life and how he got to where he is now. So it's okay so far. I was hoping for a little bit more, but we'll see. I may continue, or I may put it aside, I'm not sure. And I did want to show you guys this because I'm so overjoyed and blown away by the sweetness of this community. Spooky Little Book Nerd, she sent me this as a gift off of my wish list. I got a package, I didn't know what it was because I was like, did I order something? Open it up, and it was this awesome 80s themed coloring book, and I think this is going to be one of my projects for the last week. Next week, not this week. I think I'm either going to work on this page with mixed tapes, or, let's see, there's so many good pages. Oh, look. More tapes. And look at the end papers, how beautiful. Thank you so much. You guys, this community, I can't say enough good things. Thank you so much. You did not have to send this to me. No one ever has to give me anything, but the note is so sweet. I've had the best time with old school April. Thank you. No, thank you. You didn't have to do that. That totally, it's made my entire week, honestly. I've had a hard week with work, so this, Ghostbusters, this just really cheered me. Thank you so much. You don't even know. Oh, I could do this page next week. If you guys have a preference, let me know. There's also, I know I saw another one that I really wanted to do. Oh yeah, this one. Hold on. I was thinking about doing this one because it'd be fun to do the leotards. We'll see. I'm thinking it's gonna be one of the mixtapes though, because I could really get colorful with that. There's also like a Rick Astley one where he's like in a TV screen. There's one that says "Gag me with a spoon." Oh, I might do that one. I don't know. It's so hard to choose. I mean, eventually I'd like to do them all, but for my first one, I don't know. Oh, there's a Ferris Bueller one and a Viewmaster. Hold on, let me show you Ferris Bueller. Hope I'm not going too fast. Oh my god, I love Ferris Bueller. It's one of my favorite movies ever, of all time. There's Dirty Dancing in here. Oh, there's an arcade. Oh, there's so many good ones. There's stuff from Pretty in Pink, Terminator. Oh, look, a roller skate page. I love it so much. I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. This really brightened my week, just to reiterate. So, we'll see what I get up to. I don't know what I'm going to continue audio-wise. I don't know if I'm going to continue the 86 Fix, but I'm about 50% into Skin and loving it. It's kind of like a poem. So Skin, it's by Kathy Koja. These two women, I kind of described it earlier. Nothing's really changed with these two women. They're still kind of having collaborative differences sometimes, but then sometimes they really get along. They're great friends. They like each other. So it's, you know, a mix of things, but I'm really enjoying the writing style. It definitely reads like a creepy, eerie poem. I'm having a good time. So that's my check-in. I know it's a little long. Might get started on a puzzle, on sprints. We will see what I get up to, and we'll see what I can do and if I can finish strong this weekend for what I get up to. See you guys later. or as I usually say, hello! Alright, I'm gonna close out this third week vlog. I cannot believe we've just entered into the fourth week because today is Monday. I'm just wrapping everything up for the third week today. But I finished all my reading for this vlog last night. So let me just tell you what I got up to. Last time I updated you, at least verbally, I was in the middle of 86 Fix. I did not continue, and I don't know if I'm going to pick it back up again or not. We're just going to have to wait and see. So that is to be determined. Also, surprisingly, while I was doing my puzzle, which I'm still working on by the way, I was listening to Skin by Kathy Koja a little bit every now and then during the week. I finished it and I loved it. You might have seen in my journal, I'm giving it 5 stars. It blew me away. At first, as I was going into it at the beginning, I liked it, but I didn't think I liked it as much as The Cipher, which is the other book by Kathy Koja that I have already read. When was that? Last year? Yeah, I read that last year. So weird. This one is weird, but not as far out there weird. It's more weird in an easier to understand way, if that makes sense. And Skin just blew me away with the writing style and with the darkness of it, and essentially I feel like the story was a very deep examination of, you know, a search for love, a search for acceptance, a search for meaning in life, but also all the struggles that come with that, and also the struggles that come with being an artist and trying to make something of yourself that feels important or worthy. I loved it, especially the end. When I finished it, I thought about it for like hours and hours afterwards. I'm still thinking about it. And when it's all said and done, I actually think I like it better than The Cipher. So I think this, aka Skin, is my favorite Kathy Koja book out of the 2 I've read thus far. I'm so glad I read it. Again, that was for Amy's book club, the Dark Hearts book club. You can find Amy at Amy Noel Reads, and she's linked below because she's one of my co-hosts. Then I was just looking for an audiobook. On a whim, I found someone on YouTube who recorded their own audiobook version of The Mall, and it actually was pretty decent. It was a girl. She had a very lovely British accent, and she did wonderful voices for the different characters in this book, The Mall by Richie Tankersley Cusick. And we do have a prompt about reading a point horror book or a Fear Street book or a Christopher Pike book, so this one fit that prompt, and I had a good time with this. The ending wasn't exactly what I wanted it to be. Essentially, this girl, she thinks she has a stalker. It feels like she's being watched. She works at the mall, and she's worried about her safety and the safety of her 2 best friends the more and more things come to light about the situation. So that's all I'm going to say about it. You know, you shouldn't really go into it knowing too much, but it definitely had some creepy vibes. I just didn't like the reveals at the very end personally, but I still enjoyed it. I'm giving this one a 3.5 just because of the end. Otherwise, everything else felt like a 4-star in terms of the majority and the bulk of the story itself. And look at this cover. Incredible. I had a very good time, and I'm really excited that I found some random audio on YouTube to use because I was doing my puzzle and also more of my diamond painting as I was listening to the YouTube audiobook of this. Alright, and last but not least, I finished the second book that Paul picked out for me. As I said earlier, I started and finished Road to Nowhere, which was the first book he picked out for me when I gave him a pile of books to choose from. And just late last night, I finished the other book he picked out, and he picked it out because it had a hockey theme, and we both love hockey. Specifically, we are Bruins fans, the Boston Bruins, and right now the playoffs have kicked off, so hockey playoffs are going on, and I thought this was very thematic, very appropriate, and like I said, we just like hockey, both of us. So this was actually really cute. I have read, I think, 4 other Are You Afraid of the Dark themed books, and this is one of my favorites. The other favorite was a toy themed book, but this one I really enjoyed, but I don't know if everyone would enjoy it as much as me if they didn't like hockey, because there's a lot of description about, you know, hockey play. Essentially, these kids, they like to skate for fun on this pond near their school. One day they come to go skate to have fun, and there's this other team there, and they smell really bad, and they look really strange, their teeth look rotten, and this team is really mean, and they're insistent on taking over the pond. And more goes down after that. I'm gonna give this one a 4-star just because I had a great time with it. I don't know, nothing mind-blowing, but it was fun and enjoyable, and just a good time, honestly. And I actually liked it better than the Goosebumps book I read for this vlog, The Beast from the East. This one, I think, at least in my opinion, was more entertaining for me. So, and I read this one physically. I didn't use any audio, so woohoo! And that was my last book for the week 3 vlog. I do want to show you some goodies before I wrap things up. So my friend Rachel surprised me by sending me a bookmark she made. She offered a few bookmarks on her Etsy store, and if you didn't know, Rachel, my friend, is the person who designed our 2024 Old School April logo, so check out her Etsy store, linked below. You can still get Old School April merch. She's not selling bookmarks anymore because she did have to cap the number, and I didn't ask for one. I didn't want someone else to miss out and me get one instead, but she sent me one anyway, so thank you so much, Rachel. So sweet of you, and I've been using it on and off since she sent it. I also want to show you another bookmark, but this one is for a different readathon that I'll be participating in next month, as well as a sticker. So my friend Lexi from Books with Lexi will be hosting a readathon in May. It's called the Black Cat Carnival Escape the Readathon, and it's carnival themed, as you may have guessed from this sticker. So I am a co-host of Team Film Crew, along with my great co-host Kitty. We've got some special things we're working on. I'm going to start filming for the special thing we're working on this week, a little bit later in the week. So I'll keep quiet for now, but stay tuned. If you haven't heard about it, I will link Lexi's announcement video below. Make sure you sign up if you haven't already and it sounds fun to you. And if you want, I'd suggest joining the film crew. It's going to be so much fun. Kitty and I are going to have the most unhinged, the most fun sprints, in my opinion. I think it's going to be great, but you really can't go wrong with any team that you choose, but I advise Film Crew. And this is the bookmark for our team, specifically. So it's like a little puppet show bookmark, but that represents Film Crew. Isn't that cool? Look at this shiny skeleton on some puppet strings. Pretty darn cool. Thank you, Lexi, so much for sending. She sent all the team bookmarks to every one of the co-hosts, but I just wanted to show off the freaking awesome Film Crew one and maybe entice people to join Film Crew! Film Crew for life! Anyway, that's enough about that. I'm sorry. Film Crew for life. By the way, I've been using this bookmark too, and this was a bookmark my friend Kat gave me. I think it was for Christmas. I don't think it was for my birthday. I think it was for Christmas. Anyway, she specifically got it for me for Old School April. And look, it's holographic and it's got all kinds of 90s things on it. So she specifically was like, it's for Old School April. And I was like, I love you. And I did want to show you my special shirt because I have been wearing thematic clothes a lot of the days. I'm wearing my freaking facepalm Captain Picard shirt from Star Trek TNG, bitch. Heck yeah. And then let's go over what I've watched this week. I've watched quite a lot of things, and I didn't show a clip of every single thing I watched. Alright, so I started off the week by watching a Ghost Rider episode that Amy played for a watch party. She also played an episode of The Magic School Bus. How nostalgic. Then I streamed The Pebble and the Penguin, which is a Don Bluth animated movie from, I think, the early 90s. Then I also streamed, but this was on Patreon, on my Patreon, The Dark Crystal, and that was so much fun. I swear to you, it had been at least 15 years since I saw this movie, and it was fantastic. And there was this cute-ass, fluffy, dog-looking dude, and his name was Fizzgig, and he was so freaking cute, and I loved him, and I wanted to hug him, and now I want a little Fizzgig, like, stuffed animal dude. Anyway, I also streamed The Land Before Time. And by the way, I cried my freaking eyes out. No wonder I hadn't seen that movie in like 10 to 15 years either, because I specifically must have been avoiding it because it's sad as hell. I cried multiple times when I was streaming that. Thank God nobody could see me or hear me when I was playing it on Discord, because you know, it's just we watch together but no one sees you. So anyway, I was like, oh gosh. Then on Thursday, I was so excited to do this. I recreated a special day that I always had growing up. So every Thursday growing up, my cousin and I and my aunt and my mom, we would all get together and have a pizza night, ER night, because that's the night that ER aired on NBC. So we would watch the new episode of ER and we'd get ices. So Paul went and got me an icy. It was fruit punch flavored. I had not had an icy in years, so it was so cool. And also we ordered pizza, and this was all on Thursday night. And then I watched 2 episodes of ER. I could have easily just kept binging, but I had to stop myself. I freaking forgot how much I loved ER. Ugh. Then On Friday morning, I streamed randomly, impromptu, I streamed an episode of Dawson's Creek. It was when they went to this island called Witch Island, and it was definitely a spoof or an homage to the Blair Witch movie, and I loved that episode. It was so good. Then on Saturday, I streamed some cartoons. Then I also streamed Return to Oz on Saturday, and that movie is such a creepy kids movie, but I enjoyed it. On Sunday, I streamed The Parent Trap, the newer version from the 90s with Lindsay Lohan. So enjoyable. Oh, I had such a good time rewatching it. Then I also streamed my yearly stream of Teen Witch, because Teen Witch has become the official Old School April movie. We have watched it or had a stream party for it literally 3 years in a row since I basically created and started Old School April. That's everything that I watched from last Monday through Sunday, aka yesterday. And today is Monday. A new week and a new vlog will be starting soon after I wrap this one up. I'm already in the middle of editing, so let's see if I can bang this out and have it up for tomorrow by the time you're seeing this, which would be Tuesday. And I cannot believe we're coming towards the end of Old School April. It's literally blowing my mind how freaking fast this whole thing is going. But I really want to thank each and every person for participating. It truly means the world to me. This event has been so much fun. I hope you enjoyed seeing me redo my room, change out all my posters, decorate and hang things from the ceiling. Hopefully you enjoyed working on my puzzle along with me. As you saw me doing it, it was kind of like you were over my shoulder a little bit, and updating my journal. But hopefully we will get to even more fun crafts and more fun things in the next vlog. But only time will tell. But for this time, guys, that is it for me. Till next time, you know what you can do. Keep on killing it. And keep on kicking it. Old school. Bye, guys.